a girl, for whom her mother was her entire world. And one day, that very world was gone. Friends, today's story isn't just a love story. It is a tale of pain, loneliness, friendship, and emotional healing. A modern-day Cinderella story where the glass slipper isn't what matters, but rather a broken heart. Watch the video until the very end, because as the story unfolds, both the emotions and the secrets run deeper. Indy, a simple, emotional girl, lived a very happy life with her mother. Her mother treated her like a princess, but one day, everything changed. Her mother passed away in an accident, and after that, Indy's perfect life turned into a nightmare. Now, she is forced to live in the home of her strict aunt, Clarice. Clarice is exactly like the wicked stepmother from the Cinderella story. No love, no care, just endless chores. Indy is assigned to live in the attic room, even though there are so many other rooms throughout the house. Her cousins, Jada and Caitlin, also treat her like a servant. At school, too, Indy keeps completely to herself. No popular crowd, no attention, just a normal, quiet girl. And then Brian Bailey makes his entrance, the school's famous boy, handsome, popular, and every girl is crazy about him. But Indy hates him. Why? Because Brian accidentally killed her cat, and that cat was the very last gift Indy had received from her mother. Brian tries repeatedly to apologize to Indy, but she continues to ignore him. She feels that Brian is merely feigning sympathy. But then the story takes a shocking twist. Brian's father happens to be a doctor, and he was the very doctor who was by Indy's mother's side during her final moments. As Indy's mother lay dying, she spoke just one thing. "Please tell my princess that I will always be with her. I will stay." Upon hearing this, Indy becomes completely emotional, and from that moment on, the distance between Brian and Indy slowly begins to fade. Brian starts to understand Indy. He realizes that Indy isn't just lonely. She is completely broken on the inside. Brian brings her burgers, takes her out for walks, and they talk amidst the flowers, and for the very first time. Indy smiles genuinely. The two of them share their pain. Brian, too, has lost his mother. That is why he is able to understand Indy's pain. From this point on, the story becomes deeply emotional and beautiful. Brian says, "Bad things happen to everyone, but what matters is what we learn from them." And honestly, this very line is the soul of the entire story. The most interesting thing about this movie is that it gives off a modern Cinderella vibe. Clarice equals the evil stepmother, the cousins equals the mean stepsisters, the attic room equals the Cinderella setup, and Brian, like a prince, he brings light into Indy's lonely life. But there is no magic here. Here, the emotions are real. That is why the story feels even more relatable. Personally, the scene that moved me the most was when Brian secretly takes Indy outside during the party. Out there, the two of them talk about their mothers. And for the very first time, Indy lets her guard down in front of someone. In that moment, you can clearly feel that this isn't just romance, it is healing. Indy. She is a very strong character. She is broken on the inside, yet she continues to survive each and every day. The audience connects with her effortlessly. Brian. At first, he seems like your typical popular guy, but gradually his caring side begins to emerge. His character feels surprisingly mature. Clarice. Honestly, she is an irritating character. However, it is precisely because of her that the emotional impact of the story becomes so powerful. If you enjoy emotional teen dramas, soft romances, and stories about healing, then this story will definitely touch your heart. This isn't just a love story. It is the journey of a broken girl who is slowly learning to live again. The pace of the story is a bit slow, but the emotions feel incredibly genuine, and by the time you reach the ending, you find yourself genuinely rooting for Indy. So friends, how did you like Indy and Brian's story? Is Brian truly the Prince Charming of her life, or merely a source of temporary comfort? Do let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoy emotional movie reviews like this one, then please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Don't forget, see you with the next emotional story review.